Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Today's discussion will be about eco-innovation. This is one of the priorities of the Estonian Presidency, and we also share it together with Bulgaria and Austria. Eco-innovation can be a strong basis for further economic growth. We are used to doing business in a way that consumes natural resources, energy, and leaves a lot of waste behind. But for further growth, we need to reconsider the ways to innovate our businesses and industries so that our products could be designed greener, that our processes would be smarter, more efficient, and that we start to consider waste as a valuable resource. Eco-innovation isn't new in Europe. We all have our success stories and great examples. However, it is still an exception instead of being a common way of doing business. We can't invest in green solutions just because they are green. They must also be profitable and useful. Only then they work.
I gave the example of how implementing our waste and circular economy policies requires innovation in a number of areas: technological innovation, systematic innovation, financial innovation, marketing, and regulatory innovation. And circular economy and waste management also show how all three themes in our breakout sessions today are relevant. Product design is crucial, so we must design out waste. Finance is needed and can be generated even from environmental taxes. And cities are managing waste systems. We broke into 3 working groups to discuss 3 crucial issues. The first issue, eco-innovation to facilitate product circularity. The second was on sustainable finance, and the third group discussed how to promote smart, sustainable green cities. We announced that the Green Week for next year, for 2018, will be on sustainable cities.
So on each of those 3 topics, product transparency, smart cities, sustainable financing, there was a vote because each of the groups came up with 3, 4, 5 ideas, and we wanted to get an idea of what were the best ones in terms of numbers. For the group that was looking at, the breakout group looking at product transparency, they came up with 3 ideas, and the winning idea, the one which most ministers gave emphasis to, is clear targets on product design and waste prevention. I think there's a feeling that being clear about what you mean by waste prevention, what you mean when you talk about product design, clarity is needed if people are going to respond and do things. Secondly, the breakout group on smart cities produced 5 suggestions, and the one which the group as a whole liked most was increasing the use of green public procurements for cities and regions, and allowing new innovations and small players to compete. Public procurement, I should say, was a significant theme, actually, in all of the conversations. The fact that the public sector spends a lot of money on stuff means that it really can influence what products enter the marketplace. And so what ministers were saying was, don't forget about cities and regions, and ensure that not just the big companies, but the small ones and the startups, they can engage. Finally, the third group, sustainable finance for growth, taking into account environmental costs, not just monetary costs. And I think that applies to everything in the environment, not just circular economy. And secondly, bringing private and public financing together.